Here's Rivers. Hibbert, the spin inside for two.
That was a great move by Roy Hibbert. Actually, that's one of his favorite moves.
They showed a lot of character defensively.
Duke 6-1, Georgetown 4-2. Summers, weak side rebound for the 7-2 Hibbert, and he slams it home to tie it.
His mom's going to jump with joy. Took a picture with him before the game. She said, please be good to my son tonight. If he plays like that, we're going to say a lot of great things about him.
9-0 run right now for the Hoyas to take a 5-point lead. Henderson into the lane. A little bit strong. Offensive rebound, McRoberts. How did that ball not go down?
You know, Hibbert just gave him a little bit altering on that shot. You got to always think about that 7-2 psychologically.
There he is at the offensive end, and it's all Hoyas right now here at Cameron.
He's much better than that.
Hibbert and Zubek, the 7-footers out beyond the arc.
So you can match up with Hibbert out there.
Yeah.
There's a little switch, though. Roll it inside. Roll it inside.
And the easy jam for Hibbert on the feed from
Zubek. Zubek can't leave his man like that. Searching for offense. Searching for offense.
Yeah, I don't think either coach thought this game would get into the 80s or anywhere close. The drive by Hibbert down the lane, and count it.
The big guy shows he's agile, he's mobile, and he's not fragile. That one will be a little hostile. You like that one, huh?
I like
there he is, going in the goal. Look at the 7-2. Wow. Putting the ball to the deck, moving his feet quickly.
How many guys that size could put the ball on the floor and get into the lane like that? He's terrific.
Back and forth, looking for the creases to get open and try to get an entry pass.
Well, Brian Richards is in there. Remember, Stanton has 4 personal fouls on him. There are 18 fouls against Navy. Georgetown only has 5. Nice move by Hibbert.
That was a great move by Roy Hibbert. That's one of his strong points. He can get the ball, take 2 dribbles hard right, and spin back left and lay it in. He's very good at doing that.
And Billy Lang said, let's slow this bleeding down. They're down by 18 with 6:36 to go, and Roy Hibbert just picked up his 15th point of the ball game. Boy, watch the move inside. Now, this is classic big man move.
This is classic big man move to see a 7-2 guy go in and do a spin move like a guard and lay it in like a guard.
He just goes outside, and he has everybody from Navy just falling back, trying to figure out what's going on, especially Brian Richards here, who hasn't had a lot of playing time. He tried to flop again and get a little offensive charge, but the referees weren't buying it.
Upset of then top-ranked Duke. They're trying to get into the top 25, unranked at the moment.
A nice rotation here, but they get it right to the big fella.
And
send it in.
My goodness, and that is Roy Hibbert. 65% from the field, and that's a big reason why. Now down to 6. Harris forced that one. The shot clock was dwindling down. A bad trip indeed. And Crawford all the way down, and it's going to be stuffed in by Hibbert.
How about the big guy? Get the puppies up and down. Didn't give up on it at all. You love to see that.
Second half.
Boy, Hibbert is active, Jay. You're right. I mean, he really maneuvers his guy nicely. They dump it in. Pretty, huh?
Count that basket, and he'll go to the line as well.
He did not stop working that whole trip. You saw him out top, pass, cut to the rim, then he maneuvered his man to the offside. How about it? Take the hit. Keep on taking, big fella.
There, but batted away right back to the Hoyas.
As Jay alluded to earlier, you know, it's tough to come up with that backdoor cut. But, you know, this is a situation where, oh, my goodness, the big fella. A nice pass telling him which direction to go.
Number 1 in Big East with 88 points a game so far this year. 8 times they've scored over 90 points. Here is Hibbert. Good low post move, and he gets the spin and gets it down. Wow. Here is that was a highlight reel out of bounds. Here is Hibbert down low with a big sweeping hook, and the Hoyas build back to a 17-point lead with 10:43 to play in the game. Use both hands on a dribble, trying to free up some room to shoot. He's 3 of 15 shooting. No double this time. Hibbert, his hands have improved season by season. And Georgetown builds now to a 23-point lead and gets a well-deserved standing ovation.
Hibbert showing the ability to go both ways out of the low post, which he could not do last year. At 7'3", 280, he plays away from the basket most of the time. But right here, going over his left shoulder to put it in. We saw him go over his right shoulder earlier. Right here, he reads it. He's patient. No double team, so he goes. The education of a big man.
Wallace controlling the ball and controlling the game as he goes down low to Hibbert. Just like that.
Dominant. The big man. He and Aaron Gray, the most highly decorated of the 7-footers in this league.
One loss only.
John Beeline, one of the best coaches in the nation, runs a similar situation to the Georgetown offense and frequent use of the three. Now there he goes over his other shoulder.
Hey, this guy is getting better all the time. He's got a much better shooting touch down low. Hibbert has hit 8 of 9 field goals for the Hoyas. He has 18 points for the day.
And interesting to see how this will affect Georgetown's players. Rivers not even looking at the basket. When you're not playing well and you miss a dunk like that, do you become reticent? We'll see.
Oh, a pretty hook by Roy Hibbert. And that's a shot you like to see from a man at 7'2". Just a simple little hook shot from in close, and this is Georgetown's largest lead. They've doubled up Rutgers at 26-13.
Productive inside player.
So Hill heads to the bench, and that opens up some room down low for Hibbert, who goes right to the rack.
Immediately, Hamadi Njai in the game, a novice player, but a pretty solid shot blocker. He's going to get some minutes against one of the better big guys in the league in this one.
Njai's actually 6th in the Big East in shots blocked, but those are not against Roy Hibbert, and all 7-3 of them. Tyler Crawford.
You can see Njai being very, very aggressive here, but his lack of experience in basketball is something that is obvious also.
Here's Hibbert putting a ball on the ground and driving to the basket, and that is what we were talking about. The 7'2" center taking it from the free throw line and driving for the layup.
A lot of people say, why do you put your 7'2" guy out on the high post? It's part of their offense. That's why.
And now, and they're going to try to force Georgetown to pick up their pace, shoot a little quicker than they would normally do.
Hibbert down low, and boy, they got what they want rather easily over Stan Gaines there.
And we mentioned that right on the open, the ability to get the ball down deep.
You know, picking up man-to-man.
Hibbert's open. They just got to toss. There you go. You got to toss it into the big man. Nice look.
Sure was. Down low, and a crushing jam there by Green. Good setup by Hibbert.
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, you know, Hibbert, second time in that set, Dave, came across, and he's wide open. I mean, the big guy's moving. He's getting his hands out there, throwing the ball. That's what
matchup early going in the Big East as both these teams fight for an identity in this Big East Conference, which has a lot of inconsistency in youth right now. Hibbert underneath for the jam to tie it at 35.
There you go. The Demons are in trouble because of the style of play and the patience. There you go.
Hibbert, great possession, and the reverse. 13-point Georgetown lead.
Effort, not one of their strengths. Zone defense by Cincinnati. You're going to see inside-outside play by Georgetown.
Good look inside by the big man, Roy Hibbert, the junior, as he strokes down the first points of the day.
And you talk about their resume, beating Vanderbilt, Notre Dame. Those are pretty good wins and good losses at Duke. You know, as long as Duke stays in the top 25.
Foul was on Palacios. Outside jumper for big Roy Hibbert.